Hey, John here. So we're looking at a electric bike, one of those foldable electric bikes, and I'm not familiar with this company, LECTRIC it's called. The fellow that owns it, he's 80 years old. He bought it in Florida. He's one of those snowbird deals. So he's got it up here in Massachusetts, and apparently he went around to 3 different bike companies and regular bicycle pedal bikes, and none of them want anything to do with it. That's what he's telling me anyways. So he's asked me to change this bicycle from manual, or I guess cable operated disc brakes to hydraulic disc brakes. Reason being, I guess there's some kind of recall. Alright, let's see what we got here. Got a bunch of bags with parts in them. Box inside of a box. I guess, yeah, it's a tire. The whole rim and tire. I guess this whole thing's got to be changed over. Well, that's weird. It's just a front tire. It looks identical to that one. I'm not sure what's going on. I guess we probably should read the directions, yeah? Alright, so no help with the QR code. So it just gives you their website, right? All the different bikes that they sell. And I did find one thing. As you go down, this is the bike we're dealing with. Where to go? Right there. This XB step through white e-bike, right? But this, we're not buying it. This is like a website to buy them, and oh, that's pretty cool. A little trike. So I did find, where was it? I think it was at the bottom. Customer reviews. No. Email. We're not going to do that for you. Arrives fully assembled. Oh, here we go. Where was it? Support. There's help. I went through all these. Nothing for directions, but there is this recalls, and it's just telling you why it's a recall. This is the bike. Apparently the customer, the guy that owns this, must have registered it, and because he said they just sent him it. It's a voluntary thing, but no directions. Anyways, you can't click on anything. It's just showing you this to determine your electric bike, blah blah blah, serial number, yada yada yada. No directions. So we're just going to have to wing it. As should be pretty straightforward. Just replacing, one cable for another. Let's get into it. So the first thing I noticed is that the rim looks the same. I measured the disc. Everything's the same, but there might be the hub itself, like the space in between the disc and the hub might be a little big. I got to take this wheel off and figure that out. But other than that, it looks the same. So it must be a reason they sent it. Yeah. All right. So we got to start somewhere. Let's just start taking this, unraveling this, get the identifying some cables. So this looks like a power button there, and I don't know what the plus or minus is. I don't have the battery to this, so I'm assuming that's how you power it on. I'm not sure what the plus and minus is, but we ain't gonna worry about that. We're just replacing this cable, and unfortunately, this we have to take the grips off. It looks like a few moves here, but let's just unravel everything and see what we got first, and then go from there. So it was raveled to here, right? Then it used these two and these two. I gotta do this on camera because I might need some help figuring out where stuff goes later, because it looks like all these things join and I don't know where it splits. So we'll just keep unraveling her until we get to the. I hope this doesn't go through the frame. Probably does. Oh no, it goes under the frame. Goes under the frame. So, like I said, I'll probably fast forward through this, but I do have to have some kind of reference as far as when we go ahead and tape this back, or wind it back up. So I guess let's see if we can get this, try this end cap off here. You definitely have to take the grip off because, and I don't, as far as the front and rear brake goes, this cable is obviously, the front brake's going to be shorter than the rear brake, so we can identify it by cable. and I'm thinking these just pop off of there. Right, so we're just gonna wiggle it, jiggle it. Does look like it's threaded, but can't really see too good.
So these are nearly impossible to get out without breaking, but don't worry about it, they're dirt cheap on Amazon.
Guess we're gonna have to get a new part. There we go. Now it's coming. So that's a pain in the dick right there. Alright, so it broke off smooth. Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, that sucker's in there. It is one of those barb deals. Yeah, it's not threaded, it's just a barb deal. And the way they got it stuffed in there, it's almost impossible to, yeah, there's no way you're getting that out of there. I mean, the thing is all like crinkled up and stuff. And it doesn't look like they sent anything, you know, replacement caps. But it's the only way you can get this off, because this loosens up, but it doesn't spread out where you can, you know, take it off. So you gotta get that grip off. So I was just looking them up. You can get these at random. These are adjustable. They can, you know, be spread out. You stick them in, and it just spreads the, you know, so it doesn't matter what your handlebar size are. But they got all kinds of them. These cheap ones here. So there's one that spreads out. Looks like, you know, for $8. Plug them in, screw it down a little bit, and it spreads the rubber out. Which these are good, because then you can get them on and off, right? Alright, so like I said, the half grip comes off. Now we're going to get this throttle piece off, right? And looking in there, looks like there's a looks like a hex. I have to get my glasses. Looks like an Allen wrench deal. And there's also a screw on the end here, a Phillips. Not sure what goes to what. Maybe that's just for a cap to keep that on. That might be something to, maybe it goes through the handlebars, a set. And once you take the set bolt off, maybe we could slide it off. Let's try that. 2.5. Let's try that. There we go. 2.5 it is. And it's loose. Thank you. Alright, what do we got now? What we have is an Allen. Big Allen. Big Allen on the bottom. 5 it is. Oh, that one's a little tighter. Well, that's because you're tightening it, stupid. Lefty loosey, you're upside down. Alright, so that again is just a squeeze deal, clamp job. Alright, so this is the back brake we're dealing with. Let's not unplug that yet because the front brake's unplugged. Let's deal with that first. Same deal here, right? Alright, and we have a mark to put our new stuff back to the same location. Alright, so we got a loosey cable, and it goes straight down to the caliper. It is in a guide here. Slip it out of the guide, and let's go ahead and reposition the camera so I can show you what's going on here. Alright, so we just undid it up there, and there's a little twisty thing here that holds the cable in. It's mounted to the forks. Then it looks like we just got the tooth. What was this? This was a 5, right? Yeah, this is still a 5. I'm assuming it's the same thing. Yep. 5. Must be some thread lock around there because it's coming up kind of hard. There it comes. Yep, she's loosening up. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We're free and clear. Let's go match it up to the other fella. See which one it is. Alright, so that other cable is looking like more cable, so it's clearly this one. Let's see. Yeah, it's the same length. So we're good to go there. Hey look, more caps we can break, end caps. So I was looking at the other wheel, they got the same caps on there, so if this doesn't make it, I'm sure it will though. Oh yeah, they come right off, just got a hex on there. It looks like a 13, maybe. Maybe. So I was way off. It's a 15. 15. Let's see here. Yep, so it looks like they just loosen right up. And like I said, they got a hanger key there, whatever you want to call them. So I guess we do have to take this all the way off to get them keys out. Maybe. Screwdriver or some kind of tool. There it goes. So it's got one of these little deals here. Here's the camera point. You know, with the little fits in there, right? Yeah, it's easy to see now. But I was like looking at everything. This part number is same as that. You know, it's stamped on there. Same disc. But then I was like, if they had a thicker disc or a different disc, they could just send a disc and you could replace the disc. Why the whole tire, right? And I'm looking at the tire markings. Same thing. 20 by 30, right? Even this. W21-12205. The same stamp on that. Same tire, right? No, it's not. It's clear now. This is, for whatever reason, the tire dimensions are the same, but this is a much wider rim. So this is a 2.5, a 2, no, it's, yeah, 2 1/4, 2 1/4 rim, fat-wise. You know, this wise. Even though the tire's the same, this rim is much wider at 3 inch. So this is a 3-inch rim wide. What could possibly be the difference? You know, for a hydraulic brake, I have no idea. I was going on in my mind. I was like, "What? It's the same tire, tread, same everything." But looking at it now, especially right next to each other, it's clearly different. It's like putting a bigger tire on a rim. You know, fat. You know, they'll stretch. But in this case, it's skinnier. Let's get the nuts off and the key, and we'll just do the old swap-a-roo, right? Pick her up. Kick the fat boy aside. Easy peasy, right? Got this key in here. This key in here. 15 nut. 15 nut. Make sure everything's looped. Alright, put our little end caps on. Alright, the tires changed. Now let's get to the new brake. Clean some of the stuff up. I wonder if we have to give this stuff back to the, you know, to the, whatever this company's called. Or you could just keep that stuff. I don't know. Oops. So we'll just put this on there for now. And then we'll unwind this hydraulic hose. That's about where that was. In a fashion where I'm not going to kink anything. She's pretty stiff. Don't like to be unwound. Alright, so we just got her sitting there. Before we route it, we have to take off this orange deal that's simulating a disc, because as you can see, this thing is loosey-goosey. When you put the brake on, clamps it down, doesn't move. So I guess they put it in there so you don't squeeze the brake and then it closes and then won't fit over the disc, and you'd be, why doesn't this, you know, then you'd have to spread it out kind of like a car. But they got a cotter key in we got to get out to get that out, because it goes through right through the cotter pin. I mean, I guess we could try to break that off of there, but no, I guess not. I thought they were You could literally just pull this out. You don't have to take the cotter key out. I thought it was hooked. I thought it was looped. So I guess just pull it with a pair of pliers or something. Back her up a little bit, I guess. That's the old cable. So this one, got a little twisty action going. Let's just leave it in there. Let's see if we can straighten this out a little bit. And then we'll come back through the spoke where we was. And let's see. Yeah, there it was. They had it inside, so they had it like this. So let's position that like that. Although it's going to be opposite, right? It's actually going to be, the cable's going to be on the inside. Ah, that's probably why they got the smaller diameter rim, yeah? Because this part has got to go to the inside. I wish it was directions, but that is super close to the spokes. Well, it ain't tightened up yet, but apparently that's why they changed the rim size. Let's just get these two started. Let me tighten it up. This just feels wrong. Probably going to be redoing this. If you look at that cable on the inside, it looks like it's hitting the spoke right now. I know we didn't, tighten the two up yet, but that doesn't look right. Well, that's just super close. So it literally can't go any other way. So this is the way the old one was, right? But their mechanism is on the outside. This mechanism, it's not really a cable, but the hose is on the inside. But look how close that is. That is just super, super close. I can't believe they would do that, have that close, but I guess if it clears, right? And it's not tight yet. Like this is moving around because we need to tighten this bolt here and this bolt. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a piece of Velcro around the brake handle, around, up here. Just keep it closed, because that way I think it'll center it. See how it's moving in and out a little bit? So we'll just clamp it there and then tighten the bolts in that position. Let me do that. So get a zip tie or something. I just got a piece of Velcro, and this is what I'm going to do. So that's tight. You don't have to squeeze it till, I got it pressed in, not like clamped totally, but the wheel is locked up, and now it's just a matter of tightening that in the position it's in, because it's clamped. Like right now, if you lift this up, that wheel is not going. So I already tightened these down. These are the ones that clamp it to the forks there, and then we're going to go ahead and just run these down. Right? The only thing I can think of, because then where it's clamped, it's centered. But let's see. Let's tighten this down. He's got thread lock on it too. Let's see if there's any noise, or if it even spins. Just a slight drag. Although I noticed the rim's got a little bend to it. At least the tire's moving in and out. So we got a bent rim, but that's pretty quiet. That's a shame that rim is bent. I mean, you can adjust the spokes and straighten that. It's not too bad, but let's see if we can lift this up and hit the brake at the same time. Yeah, that works. That is super close, but I'll show you it doesn't hit. Probably an 1/8 inch in there. Probably an 1/8 inch. But that's the only way it can go on. So, that one's done. Okay, so this is still loose. I didn't tighten this on the handlebar yet. And I'm going to do the back brake first before I put the throttle back on, because if we need to untwist this or do whatever, I think in this location it's good, but I'm not sure yet. Because when we tie all this stuff up, you know, back to where it was with that loom, we got to figure that part out. So I'm just going to let it dangle first, and I'll put the throttle and everything on like last. We got to get this back brake first, which, where are we? This one here. So, just so we don't get confused, I'm going to go ahead and make this connection while we do the back brake, and then we can figure out the routing. Now let's find out where this guy needs to get untangled from. It's probably got more loom to undo. So up next is the back, and that's going to be a little bit more, we're not going to do it like factory, because the factory, or I say factory, the way this bike is built, right, it's got these, believe it or not, these cables are going through this. This is actually welded on. There's no way to get it off. So, because although you could probably take this apart, it might be a shark type, you know, where it just presses in and grabs some burrs or something, or maybe it's got a furrow on there and needs to be, but I'm not taking that apart because it's all set up, it's ready to go. You know, the fluid's already in there, everything's all set. No sense messing with that, because that's the only way you could do it. If you wanted to feed it through the holes, the pipe, you know, the clamps there, or the brackets, you'd have to take this apart. Not doing that, so we're just gonna undo it right here. We're just gonna unscrew this. Unscrew. Some of these have slots in them. You don't have to unscrew it all the way, but I noticed. Is that oh, that is a slot. All right. Let me get some light here. Hold on a second. Let me line these up. So if you pull, see how we're pulling? I could slip through there. Then we can open this. Bingo. I don't know if that's going to actually fit through, you know, the thing, but, and again, I don't know if they need these parts, but we're going to try to save everything. Let's see here.
Sorry about that background rain noise, nothing I can do about it.
That's this fella. Yeah, we're going to have to, I got to take this telephone cord stuff off again. Actually, we might be able to slip that right through. Let's see here. Which one is it? Although I do kind of want to use the stuff for the new one, so I'm going to take it off because I'm going to rewrap this for, you know, when we zip tie the cable next to it, I'm going to rewrap it. So let me take this off. Alright, so we're just going to pull this cable out, the back brake cable, through its hole. One, two. Alright, so it's already got zip ties for, looks like the brake or something. So we'll cut that zip tie. And that goes through. There's another zip tie. That's for the hub and maybe the brake. I don't know where the brake is, but the only one that's going through this frame member, I don't know if you can see that, is the brake caliper, or the one we're working on here. Back here too. Another zip tie. One of them's electric, so if you're going to cut this, be careful. Look at that. Ha! The barrel won't fit through. You gotta be shitting me. So it's gotta go the other way through these little barrels. We gotta undo it from, you know, again, I don't know if they want this, otherwise I would just cut that barrel off. We gotta go through this way, which I think that's the same 5mm. The same picture. Those things are welded on, you know. There's no way to get that through. So you gotta be kidding me. I literally don't know how they would do that. Look at this. So this can't come off of there, right? Because this is crimped on. Like that'll slide through that hole in the frame or through the slot, you know, the bracket, but this won't. Again, I didn't want to cut anything because I didn't know if they wanted these parts back, but this is literally no way to get that out of there without cutting the cable and taking this piece off, because there's no slot in this one. It's a solid piece. So now we can pull it through. Wow, that is interesting. So that cable just went through here, and then this piece is just again, an Allen wrench, loosens up, we got the cable through. But that end piece we clipped off, it's no big, I mean, if you had to reuse it, you don't need the end piece, but that's the only way to get it off. Now the caliper has to come off. And we have to put the caliper on. Alright, so let's go, see, these are zip tied every so often, but we didn't interrupt this, but this is the barrel I was talking about. I don't know if you can see that down there. And there's several more, but this was not through the barrel because this end ain't going to fit, you know, so they just got it zip tied to these other things, and that's what we're going to do with the rest of it. So this down here is a bunch of wires go through, and it's like a protector, but it's, again, it's welded on and goes through. And we can't feed, let's put this in, maybe. Yeah, okay. So we can feed the handle in through there. Now we can route this and zip tie everything, but let's get it. Oh, where are we at here? Where are we at? This has got to be mounted just like this, right? But we can't go, it's got to go on the inside over the disc, but you see how this hose is on the outside of the frame, so we got to get it on the inside of the frame. And to do that, we might have to, I don't think taking that one piece off is going to matter. Let's see here. Maybe if we go to the next spoke. There we go. So we kind of have to put it in the hub a little bit and get to this point, right? So this is the brake, that's the brake wire, and that literally goes on the outside of the frame, but we can't do that with a hydraulic hose. It definitely has to go inside the frame. So let's get this on there. So it's on a disc, right? We're going to do the same thing, but we've got to route this wire first, or the hose. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to Velcro this handle so it clamps. You see how that's moving? So I'll put this on the handlebar, we'll Velcro it to the handlebar, and then this bolt and that bolt we'll go ahead and tighten down, right? See if we can get in there. Yep. We just temporarily put this on the handlebar. So, number 5. Alright, so that's that. Because it's a retrofit, it is a factory recall, but because it's a retrofit, you can't do like the original way they had it unless you dismantle that brake caliper, you know, with the hydraulic hose. And again, it's probably something simple to do, but I don't want to get involved in that. I want this bicycle out of here today because something goes wrong. No, I don't even want it that way. I don't want that, how many zip ties are going to make, buddy? I want this kind of hidden. but also zip tied. This is a lot of wires here. That little one might break. Let's use a thick one. Alright, so really wish I could see. Let's see anymore. Yeah, that sounds like a zip. Grab all three of them again. In this one. We'll grab all three of them. She's flipped. All right. Let's see if this thing will. No impeding. This is the original pass-through for the brake. So we're just going to be, let's go to the inside of that along the rail. We'll go ahead and put it this way. They're both same size. So I'm going to do this off camera because it might take a second. We're just going to wrap all these wires in the original loom, right? And that goes up to, look at that same thing, goes up to this first pipe there that they welded on and then fed it through at the factory. So let me wire that up and we'll just keep going through the next part and I'll show you where I'm at. Alright, so we got one telephone cord wrapped around there. Now we just pull it tight a little bit. So that goes up to the first barrel here, right? So we can pull it tight. That's about where that goes. And then we'll zip tie the new hydraulic line to the barrel. And then we'll do our other telephone cord over here between these two barrels. And now do that. There, get you a little better look here. So put the caliper on, right, and we snuck it to the inside of the frame and zip tied it to this barrel that's welded on. That was for the original cable, right? So just use that one, and we also use this one up here for the light cable, but that was already there. And then we use this one, zip tied it here, right? And that's for your controller or whatever, you know. And the brake line is in there too. And then we snuck it into here and put our telephone cord back on, and I got it zip tied here, right? That's the brake line, this one here, to the outside. Obviously everything else is. Now the only thing I don't know, and also we put the second telephone cord here. I don't know how much slack there needs to be, but we're going to continue going up, as you can see here. Well, we'll have to feed that to the inside here, but we'll figure all that out. And then we'll just, you know, go up like that. But when this bike folds, again, it's not my bike. I don't know. I think it folds this way or whatever. There must be, you know, you have to have slack, I would imagine. So the slack involved, maybe I'll try to fold it up when we get it done. I'll see what the stress level is, because I've never had this bike. I don't even know how to fold it actually. There must be some kind of clamp. So anyways, that's where we're at. Now we're underneath here. I got that zip tied. And we're just going to go ahead and, you know, come up to the handlebar. Let me set the camera down, and then we're going to have to go ahead and, where's our the big stuff there? The big telephone cord that went all the way up. Yeah, as you saw, we took it off. We're almost done here. All right, it's hard to get everything in one frame there. So we got the underneath done, right? And then now we're sorting out like the throttle. So this is the new brake. It's plugged in. That's the front brake. And this is all part of one harness, so that obviously has to go in that one big loom. So let's unravel a little bit. We'll find our marks. I have to get a light. I think it is up here somewhere. And our grip goes on, right? And this gets plugged into this guy. Right? Now, everything looks appropriate. So we start getting our loom back together. Right? So that was our long one. Let's see, is this correct? What about our new brake hose coming out of here? That's correct, that's where the old one was. And I think there was a short loom here, right? Or was this a long loom? Either way, this looks like it's going to work out. So we're almost done here, but so this first of all, I had the throttle over here at first. I was like, what the heck's going on here? Nobody has a motorcycle with a left-handed grip, but anyways, so we rerouted it, and I don't know if you can see this, I'll back the camera up in a second, but this throttle goes here to see where the set mark is, right? But the problem is this new brake lever won't go up into the position that it was originally, so it's kind of down more because of the reservoir here. The other one was more flat. So I'm thinking this can probably be tweaked up. That's good handle right there. Can't move it up too much more. Well, I guess you could. We could flip this up just a little more, and then this could come up more, but I like it there. And, you know, you're driving along, grab the brake. Yep. Oop. Let's shine a light on people. I think that's a good ergonomics. So there's the throttle, right? Still have finger control. Yeah, that'll work. And he can adjust it where he wants it if this isn't working for him. It's just that this, with the reservoir there, you can't, without flipping everything up, flip everything up. So let's go ahead and tighten this one down. Oh, it says mineral oil. Look at that. That's what the fluid is, mineral oil. Who knew? So memory card full. Again, don't know where it ended up, but we just did some adjustments here. So I think this is all set. And this grip, the little half grip there, that's it. That's where it needs to be. And he ain't got the end caps anymore because I've busted them. But don't forget about this bushing. This bushing goes, into this throttle, right? And then your grip goes on. I'm not gonna put the grip on yet. This one needs to be adjusted here. I'm a little off to the end here. I gotta move that in a little bit. So I just gotta do this, and then I want to fold this thing up, see if any of our wires are going to be pinched. But I'm pretty sure that's. Oh, there's a problem. This needs to be plugged in. What is this for? That is for the brake. The brake would actually work. You know, it's hydraulic brake. It'll work with, I don't know if it'll work with this unplugged or not. I think this is when you're pedaling, it won't brake or something, or when you brake, it'll stop the engine, or the motor rather. So everything's hooked up now. Again, this thing, I was just messing with this. Look at that one. So this folds down, right? So there's no impedance on this. Everything's flexible. You know, I don't know how this folds up exactly, but I was just looking at that. That obviously folds that way. And this bike folds in half some way. Haven't done it yet. But anyways, we're getting close here. So I can only assume that the battery is in, this folding part down here. Again, it's not my bike, so I don't know. So we're just going to put these grips on. Alright, so it came out pretty good. The only one casualty, the barbs on the the end caps, they didn't make it. I tried to take them out gingerly, still didn't make it. And this we learned was, it's got that little split there, so you could probably just take a pair of needle nose and yank it out. Didn't have to take the cotter pin out, but that was no big deal. But anyways, it took me a little over an hour to figure it out. Again, no directions required, I guess. They just sent this fella the kit with all the parts in it, and
Like I said, the guy's 80 years old. He was like, huh? So looking up, I could not find directions for it, but it is pretty simple to do. It's just the hardest part is getting these damn handlebars or the hand grips off, and the rest of it was just rerouting wires and just doing the same thing. So it is pretty easy task. Probably do it in, you know, now that I did it already, probably do it again in 20 minutes instead of an hour and something. But anyways, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. See you next time.